This short little video is going to show you how to flare tubing. So first of all, you'll have to get your tubing from the teacher, a flare nut, a piece of rubber hose, and a gear clamp. And this is all 5/16. Now, I have a duotang that shows how to do this. I've got instructions that show how to do this. And so you're going to make use of those, plus also this little video as a reference. This is my little display to show, like different levels of not good to good in terms of the types of flares. There's two types of flares, a double flare and a single flare. This is a single flare where we're going to squish the tubing so there's still an opening, but it's not. See how that's squished like that compared to, that's a single flare. Here's a double. We've squished that part down all the way, so it's like got an inside angled edge on it. So look at that, that's double, that's single. All right, so they both have their use on automotive for doing different things. So first with this tubing, see how this tubing's not nice and clean at the end? This is nice straight cut. Not a good straight cut. So the first thing we got to do is take our tubing cutter here, and you're going to put it in the tubing cutter. Turn this to open it up and close it. Counterclockwise to open, clockwise to tighten. And I've got it between the two little wheels. See, there's two little wheels here. I'm going to put it between the two little wheels, and I'm going to just take it down till it touches. Don't crank this thing. Just take it till it touches, then turn it around a couple times. Tighten it a little more, turn it around. Tighten it a little more, turn it around. Keep going until you're all the way around, and that will fall right off. Okay, that's the secret of doing this, not to over tighten it. Okay, so we have our tubing. I'm going to put my flare net. Oh, I don't need a flare net on there yet, but just make sure it does go on. There we go, good. So this is the flaring bar. You're going to find the size here. It says 5/16 right there. Notice there's a flared edge right here where if I turn it over, it's all flush. There's no flared edge on the inside here. We're going to install it so the flared edge is upwards. So I got it in 5/16. I put it down in there. Don't worry about how far it's sticking out yet. Just bring these around, the two wing nuts, tighten them up a little bit so it's not going to fall out, and then you can adjust where this sits. So how do we know how much it should sit up from the bar? You're going to take this other little adapter, which should be in the kit. It's a 5/16 adapter. Set it on the bar like that. And I want to bring this down. Oh, I got these too tight. Can't do it with, nope. There we go. Hold on here. I'm going to bring this down. My goodness. Malfunction city. There we go. We're going to bring this down. Wow, I really got to loosen these off. That's crazy. Okay, there we go. Never mind my commentary. All right, so we got that in there. I want it at the same height. Let's see. I'm a little low still. So bring it up just a tiny bit. You got to be dead on with this, okay? Otherwise it won't work. Now I'm a little too high. So I'm gonna move away from the camera for a minute so I can do this without interference of the camera. There we go. Okay, so I got it dead on, so that is the same height as that sticking out. Now I'm going to tighten up these wing nuts without allowing that to move. Okay, as much as I can by hand. Then you take the little tool from the kit. It looks like a piece of tubing, so don't accidentally cut it. It's solid. Put it between the wing nuts, snug them up. There, nice and tight here, no gaps. Now, if you find it easier to put it in the vise for this next part, you can do that, okay? So I'm going to open this up. There, okay? So it's being held. I have free hands. All right. So you're going to take this tool from the kit called the yoke, and that's the cone on the yoke. And you are going to put the adapter, take this adapter, and put it actually into the tubing. Now, if it won't go in because there's a burr on there, take the tubing cutter. This is a reaming tool. See the little sharp edge? I'm going to put that in there, turn it around a few times. And that will fall in much easier now. There we go. So that's in there. And then I take this tool, place it around. You'll have to back it off so you can get it on there. Set it down into there. All right. You know what? I'm going to take it out of here so you can see. All right. So I have this sitting in here. Bring that over. Set it into there so it's sitting in the little slot, and tighten it up. There we go. Now, I'll put this back in here for this next step. Take the tool, the little bar that's solid, put it through here, and turn it clockwise until you have squished that tubing all the way down. Just keep going until it stops. There, it stopped. Okay, so back it off. Take that out. Take that off. Now, this might be stuck in here, so you'll need a pair of pliers. I gotta run to the cupboard again. Oh, don't run in the shop. There we go. Okay. All right. Got that out. That is a single flare I just made. That looks like this right here. It's been squished outwards. And the whole purpose of that is so when you put a piece of rubber hose over that and then a gear clamp slid over here, it will not allow it to slide apart. Okay? So that's what a single flare is for. Now, I'm gonna make that single flare. Well, actually, I'm gonna do it like you guys had to. So you're gonna do a single flare on one end. There you go. So we gotta take that out of there now. I'm gonna open this up, undo the wing nuts. Okay. There we go. Now, there's the single. I'm gonna take this flare nut. I'm going to put it over the tubing so the hex portion is up against the single flare, and the threaded portion is going to be facing my double flare that I'm going to make. Okay, so to make a double flare, you basically do a lot of the exact same procedure. I'm going to put this end, the clean end that I haven't used yet, back into the bar on the side with the bevel, not the side that's flush, okay? So I want the piece sticking out on the side that's got the bevel. And I'm gonna have that stick up the same amount again. So I'm gonna bring these around. I'm gonna take that little adapter. I'm gonna put it on top, get it at the same height. And boy, I'm really darn close there. All right, there we go, okay. Yep, I got it dead on. Bring the wing nuts around, tighten them up. Don't forget to put your flare nut on there, okay? Tighten them up. Oh, I'm about to run out of battery here. Oh my goodness. Let's see how far I get. Okay, so I've got that tightened up. I'm going to put that back in here. I'm going to put the black adapter in. I'm going to put the this yoke back over with the cone. I'm going to snug that up. Make sure my wing nuts are tight. Yep. Now I'm going to snug this up. Keep turning till it stops. There we go. Undo it. Now this is the big step here. Ready? Hopefully I don't run out of battery here. I'm going to take out the little adapter. I got a single there right now, and all I'm going to do is leave all that the same, bring this yoke back over with the cone, set it inside, take it down, and snug it up until it stops. Give it a little extra. All right, take it off. And you have just created a double flare. So to create a double flare, you have to first create a single flare, and then you turn that into a double. Undo my wing nuts. Take it out. There it is. Nice clean edge all the way around with the threaded portion of the nut facing that double side. And that is a double on this side, a single on this side. You're going to put it all together so it looks like this. There's my double, my single's under here, and you're going to hand that in. And make sure you get all your stuff away. Please make sure all the pieces go back in the kit. So the yoke, the tubing cutter, don't lose, please, this little adapter here, very important. The the tool to tighten up the yoke, and the flaring bar itself. All right, so put that in there. And that is how you make a single and double flare.